Why do you want to roll over and just quit? Like, you know what I mean?
Listen, I'm going to work out as long as I can. I'm going to watch cartoons the rest of my life. I'm going to keep dating young women, and that's it.
Nice.
That's my strategy.
Now,
one young woman.
I was going to try to blow past that for you.
Ed.
I was going to let that go.
I was going to leave it alone. I was just going to...
Ed, you beep that out.
Date one young, beautiful, intelligent woman.
Or make it a clip.
No.
Opening of the podcast.
I will be murdered.
Ending of the podcast. Stop the podcast. Come to a screeching halt.
I will be fucking murdered.
You know, like
murdered.
when the cartoon you hear,
yeah,
screeching halt.
Oh, I fucking got that one after that one day. I got that one after that one day. No one better defeat my
loudest fart. Shit
bro,
like
everybody
that.
came over to me and were like, "Bro, you be kind of sick."
Yeah,
I know. All right, it was fucking. I don't know how it happened.
Like when your boy leans over to you and he's like, "Hey," I'm talking about me. I'm like, "Bro, your key kind of smells." He's like, "Fuck, I know." I know.
Nelson just put it in my ear. I was like, "I fucking."
All right, yeah.
My fucking geese.
But that's what your friends are for, right? If your friends roll with you and your geese smells that bad and they don't say anything.
I don't think it was that bad, but then when like Grant said something, someone else said something, I was like, oh my God.
All right, it happens. It happens. Like I've gone in with the wet geese.
I'm in here rolling with girls and I smell like a fucking dead raccoon. I was like, this is bad.
I've had the wet ghee, like you know, like you think it's completely dry and then you take it out of your bag later. And it was sitting. It was sitting in my car all day, in the trunk of my car. When I pulled it out, all I could do was be like, "Damn, I apologize to all of you." So I addressed it ahead of time. Like I could not train today.
Yeah. You're like the bad guy from 300. You were like, "You will not enjoy this."
You will not enjoy this.
I've had that happen. And when you start smelling your own ghee. Like you started moving around, you started getting warm, you started sweating a little bit. I'm like, fuck, is that me?
Yeah.
Like, damn.
And what's bad is when it's bad to you.
Yes.
You know it's going to be much worse to
everyone else.
Yeah, it starting to get that. Damn it! It definitely didn't dry out before I took it out.
Yeah.
It's like where you fart in the car and you get hit with it, and like you're like no, and then like you just look over at the passenger with fear in your eyes,
and they're passed out.
Yeah. That's the worst. Is when like I'm in the OR and I fart because there's 4 people in there, bro.
Yes.
There's me.
Yes.
There's the doctor. There's anesthesia, and there's the scrub tech. It's one of 4 of us.
Right.
So when I fart and it's seeping death that starts to creep out across the floor, I'm like, one of us, like, because I've heard horror stories, dude. I've heard horror stories like where the doctor's like, "Who did it?" The doctor like stops the surgery.
Oh no!
Who fucking did it? Like he's like, I want to know who did it.
Like, you're fucking fired after this.
No, dude,
now pass me the liver. Off of the tray.
I will fucking deny to the end. I'm like, but you can throw me out of the room. I ain't fucking fast enough to that fart.
Yep.
Hell no.
Pass me the liver. You're fired.
That's right. But can you imagine? Like the doctor sits his fucking utensils down and goes, "Who just fucking farted in my door?" Like you're trapped.
Like
you're in an airtight room.
Fucking audacity.
Yeah. That's like farting on a plane, bro.
I mean,
the patient's open. Like you're looking at you're farting, and there's an open wound in the patient's body.
Have you seen some of the seating ideas that they're coming up with some of the planes?
No.
Where they're essentially stacking. So
facing each other.
You're sitting here, and then the next seats are here.
Oh.
So the person in front of you, their ass is at your nose level.
No.
So that they can Jenga in more seats.
You tell me
into the space.
You tell me that I'm flying across the ocean with like a Greek guy in front of me that just ate like a pound of garlic.
2 feet, because you know they're gonna push him as far back.
And he gets scared at the first little bit of turbulence, rips a chainsaw fart, eye level, instant pink eye. It's both your eyes. It's like you got pepper spray.
It was
You know, there's some like corporate executive meeting where they're like, "What is the minimum distance from ass to mouth?"
It's like a guy that works for the airline that watched Human Centipede. He goes, "We need to make it as close as fucking possible."
Somebody with an ass fetish that's just like,
I want
a little more.
Yep.
A little more.
Yeah. I want the people in first class to fart down the people in coach's throat.
Fuck. You know what? Wouldn't that be it? Like first class is above you.
Yeah.
Second class
with a
is
tube
below.
that goes directly from theirs down there.
Man.
So you have to breathe their ass.
Yes. And like when you grab for your oxygen, it's actually tied to the anus.
Yeah, exactly.
Above you.
that your air thing is actually connected to the cushion that someone in first class is sitting on.
It's all natural, baby.
Right.
It's organic.
Some big lady from Arkansas just ripping farts the whole flight.
Fuck
right into your air tube. Please put the mask on your face.
That's when it's time to just go back to like steam trains.
Yeah.
Steamboats. Just like, yeah.
There's
Fuck it. We going back, bro.
A steam plane.
Yeah, steam plane.
There's a guy in the fucking like in the engine room like just throwing coal. Captain, we're out of coal.
Oh shit! Wait a second.
Burn yourself, asshole. We're halfway across the Atlantic. Fucking burn
Guy
yourself.
fucking has a heart attack halfway through your flight.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, wait a second.
Wait a
Start
minute.
tossing the poor passengers in is what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Oh,
We
listen.
just got to stay afloat.
We're gonna have to throw the fat passengers in first. It's the way it goes.
They have the most blubber.
That's right. Their adipose tissue will
It's
burn
efficient.
longer.
It's
It is.
efficient.
It is. They need the most food.
Yep.
And they will burn the longest.
And
Yep.
it
After that, the ugliest.
gets
Yeah.
rid of the most weight
Yeah.
per life.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you go fat, ugly, women, children, Sofa Kingdom podcast host.
Yes. We're the last to go.
in that order.
We don't make the rules. Listen,
We're
we don't make the
precious.
rules.
We're a commodity.
Yes.
We have a purpose.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We have a purpose.
Yes.
Unlike the rest of you.
Goddamn right. And with that said, welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with the longest introduction in history.
It's okay. You probably listened to it.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, you
I
know
hope
who we
enjoyed
are.
it.
You know
Yes.
who we are.
Yeah. You know
By
us.
now, you
know
should.
us. Yeah.
It's a new year.
Uh-huh.
First.
New Year, same me.
Yeah,
No.
that's right. I ain't changing shit.
Fuck that.
No. No resolutions are for children.
The New Year's Sting mask. You know, New Year, new me. And he's taking off the mask and
Yes,
it's just
exactly.
his face
Oh,
painted
yeah,
underneath.
yeah. Same old
Perfect.
bullshit.
Oh, yeah, it's
Same old
fantastic.
bullshit.
I said New Year's. I seen one that said like New Year's resolutions don't have to be good. You could stay petty.
Oh yeah.
You could be the asshole. You can make the resolution to go the other direction.
Bring that energy with you into the new year. Just trust me. Just yes.
I think it's worth it.
Well, I'm going to go right into it. I saw a
do it.
movie, first movie that I watched of the new year. Nosferatu, the fourth film in Robert Eggers' film series. You know, he went from The Witch, which was okay. He went to The Lighthouse, which some people hated, understandable. He did The Northman, which was my favorite. But they're all similar films. They're all weird, you know? Like,
Yeah.
You should be on drugs to watch them. You enjoy them probably more. This one, Nosferatu, is a retelling of that vampire movie from the early 1900s. Weird.
Yeah.
Acting was great. Cinematography, excellent. Had some creepy moments. Weird film. Not what I expected. It's weirdest, in my opinion. I've
only seen The Northman in that group, and I didn't like it.
There you go. And
was
then
odd.
you will probably not like this one.
And I didn't like the other one, the Green Warrior.
The Green Knight.
The Green Knight.
I hated.
thought
I
they were
hate
both
I don't think Robert Eggers did that, but I hated that.
in a similar vein of just like, I come to watch people fight, and this is not it.
No. Well, then you will not like Nosferatu. And the one thing I took away from the movie, which I talked to you guys about earlier, I'm going to address it right here, right
You
now.
have to.
Lily Rose Depp.
Yep.
Daughter
Yes.
of Johnny Depp. Great actor. We all love Johnny.
Yes.
His daughter in this movie. Acting is excellent. However, she does a nude scene.
Yes.
She has what I would describe as my 38 years on this planet. I am also a medical professional. I see a lot of people naked. I see people naked every day. I work in surgery.
That's what you do.
The biggest nipples I have ever seen. Hands down.
Are they
Hands
like
down.
monster can nipples?
No, they are like it's not like Nat Geo like giant areola like pan nipples.
Right.
It's the actual like areola. It's the actual nipple ball, bro. It is like bigger than a grape.
Oh man.
I mean, it is like it's distracting.
Do you feel like once
If you don't believe me, Google Lily Rose Depp nipples, and there's actually plenty of pictures of her in like see-through white shirts. Where you'll get the fucking idea.
Oh,
all right,
man.
Listen, if she's falling, she can catch one of those fucking things on the lid, and she's gonna save herself. That'd be her Marvel power.
Do you feel like when she finally came out onto the screen, like you were like the ghost of Randy Savage would be like, snap into a Slim Jim?
Oh, dude.
Right? Like,
I feel like there was something in the script. I feel like she probably got paid extra, like
For that.
Listen, I need to show these things. Like she probably got like $100,000 for showing her nipples.
damn. Or maybe
I
she-
would want more. I
or
would be like,
maybe
if
she
you want me
paid
to,
them to show her nipples.
maybe. Yeah, maybe Robert Eggers was like, we'll use a body double. No.
No. We're gonna have to take this money out of your contract. That is
That's
perfectly
fine.
fine.
I want the world must see my nipples. And it leads me to ask the next question. Where do the nipples come from? Do we need to check back on films and see what Johnny Depp's nipples look like? Are they dad's nipples or are they mom's nipples? And whose mom? We need to see her nipples.
Oh man.
Those big nipples came from somewhere.
Are they big pharma nipples? Okay, is this what's happening?
They look
They
like
could be big pharma nipples.
They look like Monsanto GMO nipples. They look like you're looking at the fruit going, there's no way it gets that big.
Yeah.
There's no way without
That's
chemical
the
enhancement.
Hollywood diet.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are
Something in the water out there.
Those are steroid nipples.
Those are-
That's like a bodybuilder telling you, I'm all all natural.
And that,
I eat no,
and
fuck
that,
you.
and that river that they paved with concrete that has no water going in it.
Yes,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
All natural.
That's
baby.
what this is. These are GMO Monsanto lawsuit nipples. These
Nipples
are-
aside, was it a good movie?
I enjoy weird artistic movies. I mean, so the thing is, it's like it was just weirder than I expected.
Yeah.
The acting was great. The people are complete. You believe you're in 1800s London. You believe, or
Right.
Germany. It's Germany. You believe you're in 1800s Germany.
Right.
Like all the actors did a fucking fantastic job. I can't knock that.
Right.
Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok, unrecognizable. Unfucking recognizable. I mean, not that he could be recognized as Pennywise the Clown. I mean, he did great in that role too.
Right.
But in this one, what he does with his voice, just in your free time, listen to a clip of him doing the voice of Orlok.
All right.
He must have throat cancer now. I don't know how the hell he did it. I mean, and they said it was him. It was him using his voice to sound like that. And I'm like, dude, how?
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty crazy.
He is a fantastic actor.
Okay.
I would go as far to say that even though his brother was in The Northman and his dad is like in a bunch of shit, like he's
The whole family.
yeah, the father, the older Skarsgård, he's in Thor. He's the one guy
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
Jane.
Yeah, the scientist.
Yeah, he works with Jane.
Yeah. I know who he is. Yeah.
But out of the whole family, Bill is definitely the best actor.
Okay.
And this movie like proves it.
proves
Like,
it.
I don't know how the hell he does that. I don't know how he sounds the way he sounds.
Okay. All right. I can
So
see
if
that.
you're into those type of films, check it out. But I'm letting you know right now, it's fucking weirdest movie of the year. I mean, it's the weirdest movie I've seen in a minute.
Is it weirder than that Emma Stone movie?
I was just about to say Poor Things. I was like, because that goes in 2024 too.
Yes.
I think those were the two weirdest movies of the year.
I could not watch it. I watched 5 minutes of it, and I'm like, this is fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
The
finished it.
score behind
I
it,
finished it and actually enjoyed the
it
movie.
felt like a silent film. The score, I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? I couldn't do it. I had to get away from it. I couldn't. No. Black and white,
I loved it.
so bad.
I loved it. And Emma Stone was raw in that movie, bro. Just fucking naked all over the goddamn place. Naked all over the fucking place and like full bush. I'm like, this girl is just out of control. She looks like she stinks. I'm like, bro.
I didn't even get that far. First 5 minutes of the film, just throw it on for 5 minutes, and you feel like a mental
through.
patient.
You'll like it. You'll like it.
You'll feel like a mental patient. You'll want to bang your head against a fucking wall.
You have no idea what time period it's taking place in. Like you're like, there's weird science going on.
It doesn't
William
matter.
Dafoe is like,
It doesn't
a
matter what time
deformed
period it's
doctor.
in.
It's like, dude, it's so bad.
You know what time period it's in? Trash. It's in the trash time period.
It's good. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I loved it. Who else is in that? The Hulk. Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo's in it, and he's actually hilarious.
You
He's-
could have
he's
had
a
all the
psychopathic.
Avengers playing the Avengers from the Infinity Wars, and I still wouldn't watch it.
It's an acquired taste.
It definitely is. And the taste is trash.
I also heard from a source that at the end of the Joker 2, that spoiler alert, but it's the worst movie of the year.
Right, so nobody's gonna watch it.
Yeah. That he dies. He gets killed in prison in Arkham. And I'm like, well, that's appropriate considering that you actually killed Joaquin Phoenix's career.
Yeah.
So that is appropriate that you killed not only the Joker, but you killed.
Congratulations,
You've
you
done
did it.
You
Yeah.
did it. So
And you know what's funny is that like they
be-
fucked him over, but Lady Gaga at least can go back to her music career.
Oh, she's still
Yeah.
a great artist. So it's,
Yeah.
but the way they went apparently in that movie is like she was never like a crazy doctor. She was willingly in Arkham just to get close to him because she had like a fetish for like a psycho.
Right.
And then at the end of the movie, supposedly he says, "I don't want to be the Joker. I just want to be Arthur again." And like she just says, "Well, if you're gonna be a normal guy, like, fuck you," and walks out of his life. I'm like, so it's just a weird take on the whole thing.
So
Yeah.
It's a weird take on the whole goddamn
it's
thing.
Yeah.
not the Joker.
Right. They missed the mark.
Yeah,
They-
so it's that's not Harley Quinn and that's not
Right.
the Joker.
Who
So
would have
maybe-
thunk
so
that a
maybe-
musical about a homicidal maniac would go wrong?
So maybe the director Todd Phillips just took all that money and said, "Fuck everybody."
He did. He really
Very
did.
plus, I have seen some people that were like, "This is what the Joker would do: is make the movie, and whatever the movie is fuck it, whatever. We're getting paid,
I think that's
but
what I think that's
you
what
didn't
happened.
get a Joker movie."
Yeah,
No.
I think that's what happened. I think that the Joker was such a success, and Todd Phillips wanted it to be a one-off.
Yeah.
I think they threw a lot of money at him and said, "Make a sequel," and he said, "All right, motherfucker,
It could have been.
I'll give you a sequel.
I'll give you the worst.
I'll
piece
give you
of
the
shit.
sequel of
Yeah.
all
It's like,
sequels.
I want to make
Yeah.
another movie. No, you're making Joker, but I want to make it. No, it's like fine, I'll make it.
Right.
This is what you're gonna get.
So let me ask you: would you
fucking musical.
respect him? Would you respect him if, like, let's say in a year from now, he just comes out and he goes, "Hey guys, I just want to let you know that fuck Hollywood.
bro."
I did that movie as a big FU to everyone.
Yes, if we brought Todd Phillips on the podcast and he confessed to us in a moment of like drinking bourbon or something, that yeah, man, like they just threw a lot of money at me, and I was pissed off that they were trying to force me to be creative in what they wanted. So I said, "Fuck you! I'm gonna make the biggest pile of shit and waste all your money." If that was his move,
respect.
I would actually watch Joker.
Like,
I would, yes,
I would watch it then.
Congratulations,
I
sir.
would wear Joker 2 T-shirts.
Top not
only would I watch it, I would watch it and I would laugh.
Yes,
because I would be like, "This is awesome."
Because
like,
now you're in on the joke.
Now you know he's just using studio money to make this piece of shit.
Correct.
You know, but if you go into it thinking like, "Oh, it's going to be a good movie, I'm going to enjoy this," then
yeah. There's a thing with some of these Hollywood actors, and like Jim Carrey is one of them. Right? He's notoriously spoke out against Hollywood and how he wants to do things that are deep, this, that, and emotional. Right?
And then he does Sonic 3.
Sonic 3. That's exactly right. He's like, I'm waiting for the perfect script.
Right.
And then they show you like a clip of the perfect script.
He's Dr. Eggman. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
He's dancing like Peacemaker in a Dr. Eggman suit. Like, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. That is the perfect Jim Carrey movie.
Yes.
Okay, speaking of Jim Carrey, because we have not talked about him very much on the podcast, right?
Surprisingly not.
Favorite movie, and he has a lot of Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Right? Let's do a Mount Rushmore, like 4, right? I would say this, and this is going to be an oddball for you guys. I don't know if you have seen it or not, but one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies of all time is the anti-Valentine's Day movie, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Yes.
Fucking great. I think to me that is one of his best roles. It has funny moments, it has sweet moments, it has dark moments.
It's an odd one, but it's a
an
good
odd movie, but not Emma Stone odd. It's not Big Nipples odd.
Yeah.
It's just the right amount of odd to keep you captivated, and it's something that based in reality. Like, what if you could erase parts of your mind to forget someone you loved?
Yep.
Or for whatever reason, right? Have you ever seen the movie?
I have,
Yeah. So that's really what it's about. So I really loved it. I thought that to me was one of his best movies that was not a comedy.
See, for me, Jim Carrey, like I when he went into like all his like he tried to do his serious roles, I liked it. Like he did number 23, he did the Truman Show.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did a lot of things that were he tried to branch into stuff.
Yeah.
And even the Cable Guy back in the day.
Yeah.
It was like a comedy, but it was a dark.
Very dark.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So good.
And he's like fighting him, and he's mouthing the Star Trek song.
Yes.
It's a fucking ridiculous movie.
It was good.
Yeah, it's acquired taste. Definitely.
Yes.
But for me, the 4 I would put on my Mount Rushmore is 1, Ace Ventura. Gotta have him on there. Gotta have him as Ace Ventura.
Yes.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
Classic. Then I would go, for me, Liar Liar. Just because there's so many things that came out of that movie that are ridiculous.
Oh, yes.
And I would do Me, Myself, and Irene.
Me, Myself. All right. So
because he the shit he does in that movie, like just making fun of disabled people. And shit, I'm like, dude,
it's fucking great.
You can't make it today.
It's fucking
And
great.
his 3 black sons.
Yeah.
3 giant black sons. But they're all geniuses. They all graduate with like Ivy League degrees and shit. They all speak German. Like, it's so strange. It's such a strange movie, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yes. I would have to say, for me, it was definitely Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Right.
That's definitely number 1 for me on my list. The other one was The Mask.
Yeah.
The Mask was fucking not 2, 3 through 10. Mask Baby,
not
Mask
all the
Baby,
other
son,
following movies.
Son of the Mask, Mask Dog. They all shit the bed. Number 1, The Mask.
And the best thing about that movie is young Cameron Diaz.
Yes, that is when
she when she walks into that bank and she says, "Mr. Ipkiss," I went through puberty in that moment. I was like, Jesus. I was like, I don't even. There's no other women on the planet. Like all other women disappear.
I would put Me, Myself, and Irene. Love that fucking movie.
It's a great movie.
His kids were not even of the same race.
Dude, it's because his wife cheated on him with a black midget. It's so the greatest thing ever.
So good. Me, Myself, and Irene, The Mask, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, and another one. Like, I know I really liked The Truman Show. Yeah. I did. I I liked what he did with it. I know it wasn't a comedy, but some of the other movies I loved in the beginning, like, and that's what started his career, the Ace Venturas and things like that. But those to me were my favorite four.
I didn't want to say The Grinch just because it's a niche movie. Like
Yes.
it's a great movie to watch around the holidays, but other than that,
I mean, his version of The Grinch is now The Grinch.
yeah.
So, I mean, you had the comic, the movie, and all that, but whenever anyone is doing The Grinch now, they're doing his version of The Grinch.
Yeah.
Correct.
And like, it's weird when you find out that it's not the prosthetic; it's his fucking face.
A lot of it's his face.
Like when he can twist his face into that smile, that is weird.
But he's
That's
always
fucking weird, bro.
been uber animated with his entire body.
Yes.
Fire Marshal Bill. You remember fucking Fire Marshal Bill? Right? I mean, come on, Ed. What's your Mount Rushmore?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't knock any of those
Let me
movies.
tell you something.
The only thing I would try to squeeze on there is Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
Bruce Almighty is good.
I mean, it did have another movie.
I love where he gets undressed.
What's his name?
Yes.
Throws his fucking arms
He's like,
back.
ah!
The first one with Bruce Almighty. I mean, that was a fantastic movie. I don't think it really gets much play at this point.
It should get more play.
Yeah.
Is Morgan Freeman as God, which
Yes.
I always think of Morgan Freeman's voice.
appropriate.
As God.
He's got
Yes.
he has the voice.
I hope that when and if I ever meet a God, that they sound like Morgan Freeman. It'd be comforting.
I agree.
Like, can you imagine going into the clouds? It's warm. The sun's hitting your face. All your loved ones are there, and then you hear Morgan Freeman. Welcome, Ian. Welcome.
all right.
I'd be like, oh,
You would have to think the representation would be exactly what you're expecting. So to everyone, it's different.
It is. But Morgan Freeman, it felt right.
it
Felt right
does.
as God.
I don't
It felt
care.
right.
I don't care what race God is.
Yes.
Even if it is Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
If God comes to me in the form of Morgan Freeman, I'm gonna hug him.
I'm
I
like,
don't
you know
care.
what?
Or James Earl Jones.
This feels good.
I don't care. If God is an old black man with a very deep, soothing voice, I'm embracing him.
Okay, so
Lord.
let's talk about this, right? Since we stumbled onto this topic.
Okay.
Best voices in Hollywood. Ooh.
James Earl Jones.
Right? Morgan
Freeman. They
How
have to
about
be.
the gentleman from Dirty Jobs, Mike Rowe?
Ooh.
really?
Okay.
Do you not?
No, I'm not aware. I'm not
No?
aware.
How
I'm not aware. I'm not
about
aware.
and I was thinking this before I started looking at this list here. Christopher Walken.
He's
He
got a
has
great
such
voice.
a distinguishable
when he starts
voice.
talking, you know who it is. Like, cause he just has his mannerisms.
If a nickel
Yeah.
bag gets sold in the park,
Yeah.
I want in.
Yeah.
You ever seen Kings of New York?
Yeah.
King of New York. King of
King
New
of
York.
New York.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
man.
a sicko in that movie.
He's a sick fuck. He's
Yeah.
about to get robbed on a train by a gang,
Yeah.
and he offers them all
And what's
a job.
what's that pool shark movie where he gives that speech? You're a lion. The hyenas are nipping at his heels.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he just gets up and starts ripping the shit out of it.
You'd probably know his voice if you heard it.
Let's begin again. Ready? Okay, today.
Yes.
Cool, so, okay.
I know this guy's
Yes.
voice. Huh?
Yeah. Okay, how about another one? I got another one for you guys.
He did all the like the blue collar jobs where like
Yes.
he'd be in the sewers,
Yeah.
in the septic
Yeah.
tanks, on the roofs, working with the people.
Now, after watching a Nosferatu,
Yes.
Bill Skarsgård, I
Bill
would
Skarsgård.
put his name in there just because I cannot believe that he is.
Yes.
he does this.
Yes.
Another person I would put in is what's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Yeah.
Because he played. Not only did he play
Doctor Strange.
yeah, Doctor Strange, but when he actually puts his voice into things, he plays Smaug the Dragon.
Yeah.
He does.
That's his fucking
He's a
voice.
bad motherfucker.
Voiceover work. Just don't ask him to say penguins. There is a clip of him from a nature documentary, and he says it differently every single time. And at a certain point, they're like, "Are you even saying the right word anymore? What are you doing?"
He's like, nope. Here's another good one that we can't dismiss. William Shatner. Right? He was the voice of a generation. He
Yep.
started
Yeah.
sci-fi. Like
He
his
spoke
type
a
of
music
acting.
album, and it sold.
Yes.
I'm gonna see if you guys can hear this. Hopefully, you guys can
Okay,
hear
go ahead.
This is Bill Skarsgård doing. This is the guy right. Listen.
What?
Nice.
That's Bill Skarsgård.
That's
It's when he
That's
whenever
nasty.
he talks, like in the way the movie was shot, you're fucking horrified. You're like, oh my god, like he's definitely, as weird as the whole movie was, it's definitely the most eerie and imposing vampire that I can remember ever being honest. Like that's the one good thing I took away from the movie is like, oh, they made vampires scary again.
Yes.
Like when he was around, I was like, oh, that's fucking horrifying. Like he makes me feel that I'm going to die at any moment. Like whenever he's around.
Another iconic voice I think in Hollywood has got to be Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
No, you know when he's talking.
When he's talking, like he has such a way of carrying the way he delivers his line.
Oh, rest in peace, Christopher Lee. His voice too. When he was
yes.
talking, you knew.
Yeah.
Like there was Count
Count
Tyrannus?
Dooku?
Count
Yes.
Dooku. Yeah, who was Darth Tyrannus.
Yes.
Yeah. So Count Dooku,
Yes.
and he was also Saruman. Like
Yes.
when he talked, you knew it was
He was a bad
Christopher Lee.
motherfucker. How about I had to look him up because I forgot his name. Werner Herzog.
Yeah, I know the name.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking
Yes.
about, right?
Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
that
He's
voice,
a director too. He's a director
that
too.
fucking voice, bro.
But
When he comes
talking,
on the screen,
when he's talking, you're like, I can picture that guy. He was in the Mandalorian too. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, Werner Herzog's got a voice.
He's
on
got
him.
one of those voices where it's like, you listen. Like, it's not quite loud or it's just like he speaks in a way that you're like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Like, he could sell me some shit.
And even though I like Samuel L. Jackson, you know it's him.
Yes.
But I wouldn't call it like a legendary
No.
he's not like a narrator voice. He's just known for swearing.
But
and,
when
like,
he
you know
says motherfucker,
yeah,
people listen.
oh, you know it's him. You know it's him.
But like, yeah, like Werner Herzog, like I don't even. I hope I'm pronouncing his
are.
name
It's
You
close
are.
enough.
correctly.
It's close enough.
for the first time. Everybody else
Yeah.
fucked him, but he deserves respect.
Yeah, he does. He's got a great voice.
Like,
I don't
but like
think-
if
I
he
don't-
came to you and he said like, we have to go to war with a nation, I'd be like, yes, we do.
yeah, I would also. Yeah.
Yes,
I
we
would
do.
also. I would also probably fight for a guy named Werner Herzog.
Yeah, bro.
Sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
All right, what about women?
I don't think women voices.
Women voices in acting. We haven't mentioned any. Who has a
Sofia
voice?
Vergara.
Yes.
You know it's her
yes.
It's a noticeable voice, but I wouldn't expect it like on a documentary.
Angela
No.
Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury.
You knew it was her when it was the teacup. or
Yes.
the teapot talking.
I would say, oh God, from True Lies. What's her face?
Oh,
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
All I can think about is
right?
she can't shit.
Right.
She needs yogurt to shit.
Like she has a voice and a command about herself, the way
Yes.
that she acts. Like,
When she was in the cooking show, The Bear, that one episode, like the family episode, that's so heavy. Like she played, like I believe, and like she put no makeup on. Like she looks like a worn down, crazed fucking mom just trying to get dinner ready for her dysfunctional family.
I agree.
Like she should have won a goddamn award for that scene alone.
Yeah,
I believed it.
When
I
you
was
watch
like,
it,
I'm looking at a woman having a breakdown right now. I'm watching it.
and
I
you
was like,
wonder
wow.
if there's something in her.
Oh, she can't
To
shit,
break
bro.
down like that.
She can't shit. They said, all right, you're not having your yogurt today. And she said, no, you're not having your yogurt. Now go out there and act. And she went out there and was like, I can't shit.
Yeah, God.
And we got an Oscar-worthy performance. I was like, whoa.
That is one of the best dysfunctional family scenes ever captured
Ever.
on screen.
I was uncomfortable. The entire episode, I was
really,
uncomfortable.
really.
that's
John
the point.
Mulaney delivered such a fantastic performance.
And Bernthal, John Bernthal.
John Bernthal, oh my God.
Where he
dude.
finally throws the fucking fork at him.
Fucking right.
He finally just, like, you think the scene's going to end, and he's just like, fuck you. And then it just goes into madness.
Yes.
Doesn't she drive a car through the wall?
She does.
Oh my God.
She does.
That scene is just,
That whole.
I can't wait for the next season of that.
Yeah, no, that whole movie or that whole show, except for the one episode that they try to do this really like Emma Stone-ish kind of like,
artsy.
artsy, like it's music. I'm like, fuck you. Keep that shit out of my show. Deliver me what I
Listen,
want.
They gotta do.
That was the
one for award season.
Last of Us. That was the Last of Us game. Strawberry episode, man. That was the strawberry
man.
episode.
What's that thing where they're arguing about non-negotiables?
Oh,
right,
yeah.
that whole episode about
Yeah.
non-negotiable.
Yeah.
This is a non-negotiable, people of the Bear. No more artsy fartsy shit.
I don't know,
Leave
man.
the show the way the fuck it's intended to be. All right, that's it.
I want more Shogun. I want that.
I
Show.
haven't seen it yet. I've
yeah.
heard good things about it.
That was my show of 2024.
Really?
Yeah.
Shogun.
They did a great job once again of immersion. Like you believe you're in Japan.
Yeah.
Like you are in 1600 Japan.
Feudal Japan, right?
You're in 1600 Japan, and there's a lot of crazy shit going on. The Japanese were very serious people, and they didn't really deal well with outsiders, particularly white European and like outsiders.
Right,
like,
because they viewed them as invaders.
Yeah, and some of the ways they kill people, they're really bad. Like really bad.
Yeah.
Like they tie your hands and feet behind your back and put you in like a big pot of water, and you can't get out. You can't straighten your arms and legs. So like your head can lean on the pot, but you can't pull yourself out.
Fuck.
And then they like light a fire below. And so the water temperature just slowly rises. And like you die over like the course of like a day. Like and yeah, and like the one warlord like sits outside in his robe and like drinks tea and listens to the sound of this guy boiling alive.
Fuck.
And I'm like, that man right there is not to be fucked with. No. Like if you can relax with your wife and drink tea to the sound of a man being boiled alive, I don't want you on my enemies list. That guy right there, there's something in the whole empathetic human being development that went wrong.
Those are
I can't do that. Yeah, I can't listen to someone boil.
Those are the same type of people that listen to like Viking music while working out.
No, they're not. They're not the same people. They're not the same people.
I don't agree to that.
No. Well, thankfully, in the show, the guy smashes his head off the edge of the pot and kills himself.
As he should.
Yeah, because
I would try to drown myself.
I mean, he's boiling.
I would just try to drown myself.
The only thing with that is you have to stick your head in the boiling water.
Yeah. Fuck it. It's probably still got to be faster than cooking slowly over the course of a day.
Slowly. Yeah, the water temperature's rising so high that like
it's not like he's
dying very slow.
There's not a good way to die in this situation.
There's no good way to die.
Right? So it's like let's help this along.
Yeah. It's a shitty way to go.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't like it at all. So we did see some trailers, some new stuff coming out. One thing that I'm definitely going to see, I'm very intrigued, is the James Gunn Superman.
Yes.
He's making some very comic book traditional choices.
Resetting the universe.
Bringing it back to a more brighter tempo for Superman. Superman kind of got a little bit dark, right?
Well, what's his name does that, Snyder.
Yes, he does. So I'm actually looking forward to what they're doing with it. He's also made a statement outside of the whole Superman thing, which I thought was great. He said, "We will not see another Batman origin story." The end. Yeah. We all know how he was made. We don't need to fucking go back to it.
We're good. We don't need to see Martha die again.
Yeah, how many times must I watch the Waynes die in that alley?
Pearls drop.
I mean, and honestly, what Marvel's on their back foot right now. So if DC can get a couple of good ones in a row, they can really kind of bring themselves.
They can take the mantle.
Can you imagine a shift?
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, like DC, like we're all waiting for the next DC
like
movie.
That was normal in the comics. You know, every now and then Marvel would pull it front, DC would pull it front, and you know it lasts a little while and it would go back and forth. So
I think it's good competition.
So the comic book landscape is much like the political landscape, where like all of a sudden this candidate's in, and this candidate's in.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I
could be for that. I could jump on board the DC bandwagon. For a while.
I think if he nails this Superman.
I think he will.
We're in a good spot.
Name the last time James Gunn missed.
No, exactly. Yeah, did you see? I think Nathan Fillion
is Guy Gardner. Yeah.
As the Green Lantern.
Yeah, and if you look at the comic book to his face,
it's
nailed it.
Nailed it. Bad haircut and all.
He plays
that haircut is fucking horrible.
It is.
Yeah.
It is Pat Pimley bad. Is it Patty?
Patty
the Patty? Yeah. That's the Batty the Patty.
I do not like when Patty fights though with cornrows. I like when he fights with that haircut.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is hilarious.
There's something scarier about it. It's very like
you're getting your ass beat by an English boy with a fucking bowl cut. It's terrifying.
What he needs is
He's
people
beating the shit
outside
out of him.
the octagon playing banjos. Right? Just put some piles of hay, maybe a cow and a goat. And some fucking banjos, and you're in his world, bro. No. You're in Deliverance.
There's no banjos in England. No, he's definitely a character. I don't know.
I'm here for it. I mean, they were bought out by the WWE. I say fuck it, lean into it.
Yeah, I got a reminder on my Netflix account. I don't know who said it. Maybe it was just Netflix knowing what I like, but telling me that Raw is on Monday.
Yeah, they're letting everybody know.
Make sure I catch it.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
I am because now I don't have to. I don't watch. I never watched like cable TV in the last couple of years. I've just been all streaming services.
And historically, when the WWE is given the chance to say we need more audience, they bring out the big guns. Yeah. So you know that like it's like a WrestleMania.
Rhea Ripley's ass.
Yeah, let's do it.
They have been putting it front and center for a while now.
And they should.
Yeah.
It is probably one of the driving forces within professional wrestling.
Do you think that they're going to go back into the Attitude Era?
They leaned a little bit more into it.
I don't know. Is Cody Rhodes still the champ? I hope so.
He looks like Homelander.
I love Cody Rhodes.
He looks like. Have you seen his outfit?
Yes, I watched the last WrestleMania,
bro.
I watched the last WrestleMania. It was fucking great. It was great.
You know his father, Dusty, never won the belt.
Yeah, so Cody Rhodes was the first member of the Rhodes family to win a major
as good as Goldust was, he was never the guy to win.
Never champ.
Yeah,
no. Goldust
that
was
match
a creepy motherfucker.
That match was insane.
Yeah,
that match. It was him and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns, and that match was unbelievable. It was crazy.
Isn't it sick how like The Rock is still doing it? I mean, I know he's on all of the drugs.
He was enormous.
I know he's on all of the drugs.
Roman Reigns is a big guy. The Rock is fucking enormous.
He's gigantic right now.
In that role, he was.
Yeah.
He came out there. I was like, dude, he's the biggest he's ever looked. He's huge.
The human race needs to be put onto his regiment. Imagine this. Imagine this, right? They pass a law.
Just steroids for the next 30 years for everyone. And you'll get there.
This is what The Rock does every day. Every American needs to follow this. And then the rest of the world would just fall in line, right? There would be like
everyone in the country is just a super engineered soldier.
Just a super engineered soldier. And we're just like, open borders. Come on over.
Open borders.
It would be no one coming back over here. But like, you know what? I ain't fucking with these guys.
You'd be able to identify who's a foreigner.
Yo,
you walk
is that a fat guy?
You look at this puny man.
You walk into the first town and every person you see is the size of The Rock. You're like, yo, I don't belong here.
I'm out. I'm out.
What's that Saturday Night Live skit with the I'm here to pump you up.
Hans and Franz.
Puny man. Puny man.
That's right.
It's like, you're under 260. How dare you?
Exactly. Yeah. Your body fat percentage is above 8%. What the fuck? Disgusting.
That's how you win. That's how you win right there.
I guess, but then everybody's dying at 50 because of
Fuck it. Fuck it, bro. I think we're living too long anyway.
I agree we are.
Right now, The Rock is running the experiment. I mean, how long is he going to make it?
I don't know.
But
we'll see.
But is he also doing it right? Right? He's in the best shape of his life. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's lifting cars, throwing them over his shoulders. And let's say he dies at 70. Not, knock on wood, right? Fuck it.
I mean, 70's not a bad time. Like,
you're knocking off years of your life. Let it be the last 20.
The drugs are getting better. There was a couple of years there where after a lot of it got banned, where it became like bathtub meth. It was whatever people could make in the background illegally.
Right.
And that's when things really got bad because you didn't know what you were getting.
Right.
So now that you have proper protocols, TRT and things like that, you can get properly pharmaceutical grade made things. You can go to your doctor and get your blood tested and checked and let them know what you're doing without it being a big fucking red flag and the cops being brought in on you.
Right.
So it's a whole different game than what it was back
look at Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Like, he's been jacked at, like, what? How old is he?
He's got to be in his
70s,
70s. He's
right?
in his 70s, yeah.
He looks jacked. Outside of whatever the fuck he's doing with his face, his body is in great shape. And, like, people are not only living longer, but healthier. Because typically, look, when I was in high school, and I remember, like, the guys that were, like, 20, 22, I'm like, damn, y'all motherfuckers look old as fuck. Right?
Yeah.
Now you look, and everybody's looking younger, better, for the most part, a little more fit, right? But when we were younger, when you looked at a 30-year-old man, it was like, he's on death's door.
Yeah.
Right? That's just how the bodies
also,
were built.
some people live, like, I don't know, they live harder than other people.
This is true.
Some people eat like salads and they exercise
yes.
and they watch cartoons and they laugh and they try to stay young mentally. And other people like fucking they lay brick and they fucking get off work and drink a 12-pack and they smoke cigars and they fucking,
Ultra, and
Yell
if
at
they,
their wife.
and they wear wife beaters, and they grab you with their hands, and they're so callous that they just cut your skin.
Right. And they just like you look at their face, and they're 28 going on 55. Like it's like holy
fair play,
shit.
fair play. I mean, that is a different lifestyle, and you don't have like I remember when I worked.
I was drinking at the bar last night with a guy that was 31. He fucking looked like he was 15 years older than me, bro. He looked like he was 55. I was like, dude,
yes,
what are you doing?
Yeah. When I'm standing around the gym, I'm usually one of the oldest guys there, and I'm looking around, and everybody, and I'm like, I mean, how old are you? I'm thinking you're 50. They're like, I'm 41. I'm like, really? Oh. I'm not doing so bad. All right, I'm all right.
Yeah, you're doing
okay.
good.
I'm all right. I can do
good.
better. But I'm not you.
I think a lot of it, believe it or not, is mentality. I think if you stay young in your head, you can, don't think of yourself as an old fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
And don't act that way.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm 38. 2 years I'll be 40. I just don't. I don't think of myself like that.
Yeah.
You know? Like
no, and that's
when I
the
roll
way
with
to
a
do it.
21-year-old guy, I think, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna beat you.
It's funny because like
I can still beat you. I'm going to beat you. Like I'm not.
One of the things that made me really want to get rid of that Jeep that I had as well was one day I'm at the job and one of the plumbers comes by. He goes,
Did a lesbian high five you?
yeah, no, he goes, oh, you got rid of the Mustang. You got a Jeep. He's like, you know what? It's more appropriate for your age. And when he said that to me, it was like dagger, heart. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. Like a month later, I'm like, I need a Mustang.
I
want my Mustang back. Fuck you guys. Or, like they're like, oh, why'd you get it? You had a really nice. I like what I like, and you know what? It does. It keeps you young, keeps you doing things in a way that's just like not depressing.
Yeah. So
Why do you want to roll over and just quit? Like, you know what I
Listen,
mean?
I'm gonna work out as long as I can. I'm gonna watch cartoons the rest of my life.
Fuck
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep dating young women, and that's it.
Nice.
That's my strategy.
Now, speaking,
Woman, one young woman.
I was gonna try to blow past that for you.
Ed.
I was gonna let
I was
that
gonna
go.
leave it alone. I was just gonna.
Ed, you beep that out,
date one young,
Or-
beautiful, intelligent woman.
or make it a clip.
No.
Opening of the podcast.
Opening of the podcast.
I will be
Ending
murdered.
of the podcast. Stop the
I will
podcast. Come to a screeching
murdered.
halt.
I will be fucking murdered.
You know, like
murdered.
when the
Dead.
cartoon you hear
Yeah, dead.
screeching halt. Women.
Dead. Me dead.
No, we want to preserve the Ian. We don't
Yeah.
want to have the Ian.
Yeah, next episode will be Welcome to Silver King Podcast. I'm your host, Nelson Ed. That's it.
Fuck happened to Ian?
What happened
Well,
to
we
Ian?
can't
Well,
discuss
we
it.
released the episode.
For legal reasons.
Yeah. He is dead. Murdered. Shot.
Speaking of cartoons blowing past the whole thing that just happened here, didn't happen. It was a joke. It was a planned joke.
One young, beautiful woman.
One young, beautiful women's.
Date one young, beautiful woman.
I'm not in love with men's no more.
I like women. I'm not gay.
I'm not in love
women.
with men's no more.
I like women. So great. So great.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes.
I fucking love it.
Good.
Fucking love it.
Good.
It's
one
actually
of the bigger animes happening right now.
I'm really, really into it. Finished the whole first season, started the 0 episode, the little backstory episode, and really enjoying it. Looking forward to getting into that whole second season. A lot of modern references, so I'm assuming this is a newer
It's a
made
fairly new show.
Brand new, still running.
anime because there's a whole running joke about how he loves Jennifer Lawrence's ass
Oh yeah.
in the first season.
Yes.
It's just fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, My Hero.
Yeah, those are
and
all fairly new.
They're all currently running the big animes happening right now. Also, the one if you haven't checked it out yet is Don the Dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
You
dun,
need to
dun,
check
dun.
out Don the Dun.
Yep.
It is
That'll
fantastic.
be next on my list.
It is fantastic.
That'll be next on my list. Yeah. I'm actually really happy for the state of anime. I know we talked about it a little bit one of the last episodes,
and
but
this month,
really good shit.
Sakamoto Days comes out. Set a reminder on Netflix for yourselves. Sakamoto Days.
That's
It's
the Japanese one.
Yes, it's literally think of him like as a John Wick. He's like the baddest assassin that ever lived, and then one day he just retires, gets
Okay.
fat, he gets fat as shit. So he's this big fat dude with glasses and a ponytail. But he has a
killing
family.
everybody.
He has a family now, but like they come for him because they find out who he is.
Yeah.
and he is still, even though he's a big fat guy, retired. He's
Yeah.
the baddest motherfucker
see,
on
like,
the planet. Like
that
by far. Like
that is why I really loved Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
like, I know it's not a cartoon, but when they went into the whole story of like the retired villain, I was a conqueror.
Yeah.
And then you came and killed my wife. You fucked up. You fucked up big. And then he took his kid around to go kill motherfuckers too. Like, you see? This is what we do here in this family. Like, so fucking gangster. So I'm into a storyline like that. So, you know, like the retired guy, he's fat. He's like, you brought me out of retirement to kill?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
It's just wild. It's wild because it's like this big fat dude like laying in the living room scratching his belly, and then like in the next scene he's like in a gunfight in a hotel lobby with all these people and he's snapping people's necks. I'm like, oh my god! Like, but he's this big fat dude with like a terrible beard and like a long
fucking
ponytail.
right.
I'm like, dude, what the hell?
All right,
Like,
I'm in.
yeah.
I like
So
that.
supposedly it's good. It's a really big manga right now in Japan, and that everyone's waiting for the anime adaptation.
Yeah.
So.
Any news on Blue Eye Samurai? Is that
The second season is greenlit. When we're gonna get it, I don't know. I know this month Castlevania Nocturne drops the new season, so that's gonna be good. But yeah, you know, just new shit coming out all the time, and a lot of it's coming to Netflix. Netflix is gonna be the place.
Yeah,
It
Netflix is doing a lot that's kind of hurting Crunchyroll. Apparently,
Yeah.
they're really taking their audience.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I hope they keep it up.
Big fish are swallowing the little fish because look, Disney just bought Hulu.
Yep.
Listen,
and
let me
they're-
know when to cancel.
And they bought
the
Max.
Crunchyroll.
And they bought Max. So eventually, it's all going to be under one umbrella. Disney is going to own HBO Max and they own Hulu.
Yep.
So everything's going to go through their app. So the only problem I have with this is like, well, two problems. One, like I had multiple subscriptions to different things. Now that it's under Disney's umbrella, I am subjected to two devices streaming at once unless I pay a bigger plan. So I'm like, I had Hulu, I had Max, and I had Disney separate, and everybody could watch freely, right? Now they're saying all under one umbrella.
Yep.
Two streaming devices. So now if you want more TVs to run it concurrently, you have to pay more money.
It's really down
To do it.
to two major platforms at this point.
So with Netflix, if they eat up and they swallow up, let's say they swallow Crunchyroll, which it looks like they're going to do, right?
Hope they do.
What's going to happen is that you'll have more on one.
Yep.
They'll upcharge you more, but let's say you have a larger household or you're sharing devices with people. That's how they're going to find a way, one, to hone in on sharing passwords, two, make people pay more per device.
Yep.
That seems to be the new business model that's coming along with this stuff.
Also, it's a sad day. I guess I'll talk about it. Pornhub is now unaccessible in the state of Florida.
17 states?
17 states.
Yeah, something like that, where they were like,
Why?
so here's what happens.
Imagine the heartbreak when
'cause I was-
when I logged on. There I am laying there,
Yep. Yeah, they want
lotion in hand.
And you're like, no.
What?
they're trying to be forced to authenticate.
Through ID.
So they want either IDs uploaded or payment proofs for whoever's going on their site to prove that they're 18.
Yes.
I know they do that for like content creators. Like
Right.
if you want to start an OnlyFans
Sure.
page or like a
Yeah.
feet finder or
Yeah.
some kind of thing where you're selling weird
Yeah.
pics, you have to verify you are a human and you're not
Correct.
just uploading things
Yep.
onto a site to make money.
Yep.
Correct.
So I get that, but like for people just clicking on to
Yeah.
look, I mean, when did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so and that's the thing. There are other ways in order to ensure that children aren't watching it, which I'm all for.
Oh yeah,
But keep the privacy of adults.
yeah.
But
you should steal a magazine like we all did.
right, yeah.
There's an order of things.
They were all over the woods for
yes,
some reason.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
spoiled fuckers. You guys,
Yeah,
you know.
you got it on your phone.
Oh, dude, it'd
So-
be great walking into a cluster of trees and finding like a pile of penthouse. Oh my god!
I
Best thing ever.
actually think it's a good thing that they're fighting these kinds of things, because if the bigger websites don't push back, then everything gets swallowed up into legislation that
Yeah.
they can just run amok over average people and do and impose whatever they want. I still do find it funny that it's like you can see murder, actual murder,
Yep.
tremendous amounts of violence, no problem. But a little ass and titty, we have an issue with.
Yep.
Right.
And I think that that's a really crazy imbalance as to what the kids can and can't access.
And it depends. Like it's a slippery slope depending on how you look at it. But I don't know. Like if you look at a country with very little censorship, like Japan,
Yeah.
Yes.
extremely low crime rate,
Right.
Yep.
Extremely low crime
Right.
rate, but they are exposed to nudity, violence.
Yeah.
at a very young age.
Right.
It's in. I mean, look at
There's also a
You
level
become
of
desensitized.
There's also a level of, hey, be a fucking parent to your kids.
Correct.
Yes, that's a
Correct.
big.
You have
that's a
all
big
the
element.
tools in the world to keep your kids from getting into things they're not supposed to get
Yep.
into.
Yeah.
There are ways to set parameters on phones and
Yes.
tablets and
Yep.
computers. Even like as soon as you log on to a Disney account, you could be like parental advisory. Boop. They
Yep.
can't get on. They have a very specific one.
If
that
you
they
have
can get into.
a main router, you can set the entire router
Yes.
to lock down everything that comes
So-
through the entire house.
It just comes down to lazy parenting.
Yeah.
And
And they don't want to explain
Too
things
much
to their
oversight.
kids. Yeah, parents don't want to have the conversations with their kids. They don't want to do that.
no, it's too much oversight because it is a slippery slope as to like it starts here and then it's going to be on everything. They're going to hit every website, everything. Like it's like the parental advisory explicit lyrics when rap music first came out, and they're coming after it hard.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know.
And what happens when you're young, right?
You're impressionable.
You're impressionable. No, but you gravitate towards the things that
You're not
they are
supposed to get.
correct.
Right.
So what they're doing
Kids
is
are spoiled today anyway, man.
they'll find a way. The people that are putting these rules,
Yep.
it's going to affect the older people.
I
The
used-
younger people are going to be like magic VPN.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's all you
And
need.
I'm in.
That's all you need is more VPN. There you go. Done.
Yeah. That's all they're going to do is they're going to bump up the VPN's business.
Yep.
Or kids are going to be
Now's a great time to buy stock in VPN.
People
right.
are going to land on sites that are less reputable
Delete that.
of what's
it's a
going
great
on.
time to do it.
Yeah,
we should all buy stock in VPN right now because it's going up in 17 fucking states. Right now.
Oh, it definitely
Right
is.
now.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
So, kudos to Pornhub for fighting back. I mean, it doesn't matter what your
I
stance
side
is.
with the Canadian porn industry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what your stance is on porn, but what they're doing as a company,
More of it.
other companies need to follow suit.
There's
That's my
there's
stance.
They
large
said more of it.
More porn.
there's large privacy concerns about having to get everybody's data and then have it stored and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. That as we see, everyone's data is being swept up by every fucking body. By
Oh, yeah.
your government, the
Look at
other
the-
government.
Look at the ads on your phone. They
companies.
know what you like.
I had.
Oh, yeah,
I
they
had.
hear it.
I had a person. I was having a conversation. I had forgot a thing, and it was. And the comment was, leave it up to the universe. The next day, I'm getting crystal and witchcraft books sent to me on Instagram. that's being sold to me. I'm like. Because one person said, leave it up to the universe in a
Goddamn
text
right.
message.
Bro, I bought
Now
one-
I'm getting witchcraft books sent.
Goddamn
What the
right.
fuck is this?
I bought one pair of Origin jeans and returned them because they were too tight, wrong size. And now, like, all my ads are like fucking handmade combat boots and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not a goddamn soldier. Like,
Yep.
stop this shit.
That's it. That's all you're getting now.
Right. That's all it is.
And on that,
What the hell?
watch what the fuck you say. Guarantee we're all gonna open our phones later, and it's gonna be an ad for VPN.
VPN. So you want to jerk off in Florida?
Woo!
We heard a
We
rumor.
gotcha. We gotcha.
Yeah. You kids today are spoiled anyway. We used to jerk off to the Spice Channel. Right? Just blurry line. That's a tit. That's a tit.
I seen it.
That's a tit.
You gotta get the pennies on the buttons in between with the ads.
Oh, yeah.
So it stays clear.
It was so rough. It was so rough.
You had to get very, very creative.
We had to click on that
Yes.
channel late at night.
Yes.
Hope no one woke up.
Goddamn
Jesus.
right.
Well, that's
Now
why everybody had HBO because between midnight and like 3 a.m. HBO and Cinemax, and
Cinemax.
all of those channels.
The
had-
worst.
Skinamax.
The worst.
Skinamax.
It was the best. It was the best.
It was the best, but it was the worst.
Oh, dude.
Fucking awful.
We used to stealth jerk off. Imagine my horror when I logged on and found out. What? No porn?
Why do you want to roll over and just quit? Like, you know what I
Listen,
mean?
I'm going to work out as long as I can. I'm going to watch cartoons the rest of my life.
Fuck
I'm going to
yeah.
keep dating young women, and that's it.
Nice.
That's my strategy.
Now, speaking,
Woman. One young woman.
I was gonna try to blow past that for you.
Ed.
I was gonna let
I was
that
gonna
go.
leave it alone. I was just gonna.
Ed, you beep that out,
Date one young,
Or-
beautiful, intelligent woman.
or make it a clip.
No. Do you,
Opening of the
I will-
opening of the podcast.
I
Ending
will.
of the podcast.
I will be
Ending
murdered.
of the podcast. Stop the
I will
podcast. Come to a screeching
murdered.
halt.
I will be fucking murdered.
You know, like
murdered.
when the
Dead.
cartoon you hear
Yeah, dead.
screeching halt.